Now, in response to what I was saying earlier about one-sidedness, when you have a one-sided market gearing where a low resistance liquidity run for like a run to an old high or an old low, which is what I'm kind of really trying to teach my sport, it'll have a very clear pattern and expectation at the opening price, or not the opening price, at the opening at 9:30, you'll get this flurry of price action. Like if we were bearish, the ideal scenario in my mind would have been run up, take out the 39.50 level, and then break down, then come back in for a fair value gap, and then run for 39.15 and a quarter. That's, if I was bearish, that would be the ideal scenario I would have been looking for. And we didn't get that. We did get a fair value gap form at, this is the S&P 5-minute chart, so that you can calibrate on your end. 840, that candle is a fair value gap. It returned back up into that area, and I mentioned that, you know, watch that level, and we've now started moving lower. Nasdaq has blown out its 11,950 level. S&P is about to take that 39.15 and a quarter level, and Dow just looks like a mess. So, like I said, I don't trade Dow. It's only 30 stocks that make up that composite index, and those 30 stocks just don't have as much weight that like the S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 have. But yeah, we want to see one-sidedness when we're looking at the marketplace. And if you don't have clear one-sidedness, and then if you're expecting bearish prices, the obvious would be the market rallies above the opening price, runs to either an old high or rebounds to a fair value gap, then breaks down and goes to a low resistance liquidity run for sell side liquidity below old low. That is, to me, what all of you should be hunting for. That's your unicorn. Okay, they exist, they're in the marketplace, but they don't form every single trading session every single day. You'll have a handful of those over the course of a week. But apart from that, you can do tiny little scalps. They may not have the same level of probability behind them, but if you're getting 1 for 1 and you know what you're doing, you're not over leveraging yourself, you can grow an account with 1 to 1. You don't need 5 to 1, 50 to 1, 200 to 1 like these guys on Instagram and Telegram rooms. Yeah, I'm doing. If you ever done the math on these guys, they're olds, okay, but they're claiming they got 500 to 1 trades. Why aren't they billionaires? Like, seriously, why? If you can do that, why are you trading with 1 micro lot with your MT4 screenshots? Like, it's been 6 months. You should be at least above a standard lot now. The things that people believe and swallow just because they see 1 screenshot of something is ridiculous. And all I try to do is be a voice of reason, okay? I could do a lot of those things for real that they're pretending to afford, but it does nothing to make you a better trader. Thinking about things responsibly, respecting the level of risk, and doing things that are boring. Trading is boring. You want it to be boring. Your job sucks, right? Everybody hates their job. You're there, you have to put in the time. It's boring. You'd rather be doing something else. Trading is like that too. People say, oh, I love trading. No, you don't. You don't love trading. You love trading when it's profitable. Okay, let's be real. You don't like trading. You don't love trading. You love winning. Okay, but everybody wants to love trading. I eat, sleep, breathe trading. Yeah, I do those things, and I hate it. Like, I hate it. I love back testing. I love studying price action. I love that. I hate trading. Why do I hate trading? Because every single one of these candles that form, I'm expecting it to do what I want it to do. Think about that now. I'm being 100% honest with you. I want every single one of these candles to do exactly what I want them to do. And that is an internal struggle for me, because I have mentioned many times I'm obsessively compulsive. So I want things my way. I am an absolute control freak on every aspect of my, and when I look at these candlesticks, it's an internal arm wrestling match when they don't bend to my will. So in my approach to learning how to beat these markets, I had to align myself with how they book. And I was blessed and fortunate to end up in the situations that I was in, that I was able to learn what these things do. There are times